It's a rainy day in Johnstown. It makes you just want to stay in your bed, eat soup. And I did make some decent beef stew yesterday. No carbs, very little carbs. And I've been eating it for the last 2 days. This video, I don't exactly know where this video is going, but I felt compelled to make one. Look into the future in your crystal ball, but look at it. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? It's good things to do. But we have to be aware that if we're constantly living there, it's hard to relax, right? It's hard to relax in your current environment because you're constantly going to the future. And then when you're constantly going to the future, and it's not just mapping out the roadway or the pathway where you're going, you're going to the future because maybe things, what if it doesn't work out this way and it impedes me from this? And you know the game, building things up. Anxiety builds, panic attack starts to come. You feel it in your stomach, and it's rising up into your chest, and you're just like, oh, God damn it. Ah! That actually helped. That helped a little bit. A lot of things I've been reading and watching. Elliot Hulse is a good dude to watch. Any of you out there that need some good content, check out his YouTube. He talks about really releasing negative energies, and that moving, shaking, yelling, getting up, dancing it out, working out. So I work out a lot. Because I face a lot of that stuff, and it helps. It centers me, it grounds me, it puts me back into a baseline where I can navigate the world clearer. Activity, fitness is super important. Another thing that's super important is when those things happen, and it's very fucking easy to make them 10 times worse in your head. Because if you're like me, I overanalyze a lot of things. Like I dive down some fucking rabbit holes, and I'm like 8 years into the future or like 8 years into the past sometimes, and it becomes a little overwhelming. And usually I keep it inside. I try to conceptualize it on my own. And that can become a little overwhelming, especially if you don't have someone that you can unload to. So talking about your problems, even if it's just to talk and let them out, release them from your body. Release them from this the cage and let them out into the fucking world where, you know, they're not bottled up, and they're not making that pressure in your mind and your heart and your soul. Talk to your friends. Talk to a friend that you know won't judge you, that will give you good advice. That's the thing. Like the people you really surround yourself with are the people that shape and mold you, and you do the same to them. It's like you got to be very conscious of what you're putting out there and what you're taking in, and from who. I'm so lucky to have some good people in my life that I can talk to on days like this, or days where I'm I'm just in my head and not sure which direction to go. Because a lot of the times all you need is a good friend to just kind of bring you back to reality and say, hey man, like you got this, like look how far you've come, or you know, this is just a little road bump on the highway of life where you're cruising. And the love and support is a huge thing. And a lot of people sometimes turn to alternative sources of coping or figuring out and keep it bottled up. They go drink it away. Those problems still are there. They might be shoved into a box in your mind somewhere, but they will come back. They will start to manifest in some negative ways, Yeah, that's your health or tendencies or behaviors that you might not even be aware of. Start to sit with yourself sometimes and dive into the brain, dive into your mind, and see where you're at, see where you're going. It's a little bit scary what you might find out, but you'll grow. You'll grow and you'll learn, because with understanding, with understanding, you can navigate so much easier, because you know the tendencies or the behaviors that you have, and then you can manipulate them in a positive way. So this is where that video went.